How the heck do films make their outdoor scenes look so good even in the blazing direct sunlight? Well, apart from the multi-million-dollar budgets and large crews, they're actually very rarely shooting in direct sunlight. Instead, they're using a diffusion frame to soften that direct light and make their talents look a lot better. Now, the great thing about this is it's not that expensive to go out and buy a simple diffusion frame and cloth kit, and it can make a dramatic difference on your sets. So what size diffusion frame should you buy? Well, it kind of depends on what shots you think you're going to need this for. If you have a wide shot where a lot of the environment will be seen, you're going to need quite a large frame and cloth because you don't want to see the shadow of the frame or the difference between the diffused light and the hard light in any of the shot. So wide shots are going to need quite a large diffusion frame, which is going to mean a lot of sandbags as well, usually more crew to handle that. If there's even the slightest bit of wind, these things turn into giant sails and fly off into the distance. But you can get away with smaller frames if you're just using tighter shots, and often they don't even need to be on stands. You can just what's called Hollywooding them or hand holding them and just get it on the right angle, move with the talent if that's what's needed. Sometimes you can get away with a 4x4 if the shot's tight enough, and that will make it a lot cheaper. Now, if you jump on Amazon, you can actually buy pretty decent starter kits that don't cost a lot of money, like this kit here from Glide Gear, which has a 4x4, 6x6, and 8x8 diffusion frame and cloth. You can't use all of those frames at once, it's either or, but it does come with a lot of options and it should get you out of trouble on most sets. The reason you're using diffusion in these harsh light environments is to make the light more gradually fall into shadow, because it makes the subject look a lot more flattering, and I guess the shot can look more cinematic. There's a lot of different techniques you can use for this, but we're just focusing on diffusion frames today. So let's have a look at some different looks here. This is with diffusion frame, and this is without the diffusion frame. And you can see the dramatic difference here in the light that falls across the face. I still think that you should use the sun as a backlight where possible, but if the sun's coming directly down on your subject, diffusion can help quite a lot. It's important to make sure you don't see any shadow from the frame itself, so definitely keep your eye on the frame at all times in the corners and make sure there's no visible signs of the diffusion frame anywhere, either the actual frame or the shadow it casts.